May I help you? Thank you.
This was where that inn was.
Yeah, they took such good care of us. I don't know what to say.
Shall we search?
That spot over there. Is it...
Ground Zero. The epicenter of the blast. And the site of Mr. Brad's final moments.
Shall we search?
There used to be a market here, if I recall.
But now, it's like there was never anything here to begin with. How awful.
Leave it to me.
about a shard search?
Leave it to me. Okay, see you later.
Shall we search?
Maria?
Kevin, if possible, I'd like to...
Huh? This is... white flowers? Fields of buckwheat?
Come on, you two! Hurry up already! Hold on a minute, Lashkar!
Are you coming too, Nero? There's no mistaking it. This is Cray Village. Initiating search using the standard Orbital signal, the wireless Orbital network, and Marduk satellite communication. Detection from all three. Now executing anti-hacking diagnostics. No errors detected. No errors detected. No errors detected. Confirming current time and location coordinates. Year 1208 of the Septian calendar. October 15th, 11:45 a.m. The Calvard Republic, Vichy County, Cray Village. Rufus! Nadia! Swin! Even Kevin's gone too? It's the same as when we were here before. What's going on?
Oh, found one! Try catching it yourself, Kent.
I'll give it my best shot.
Be careful, you guys. You're gonna get soaked if you fall in.
Are these the same children I played with before? Wait, yes! Annie, Kent, and Lashkar. This point is a little more than a year since I last saw them. But they grew so much.
Oh, hello.
Are you a traveler, miss?
Hey, you're barely any older than I am. Wait, have we met before?
Now that you mention it, those eyes of hers. Oh, I remember. You played with us last year. I...
Am I training? I'd never been to Cray myself, but it's exactly as Dingo described.
Huh? Oh, hey! Another lady?
Lapis?
What are you doing here, Marielle? And where's everyone else?
I don't know. But, this is Cray Village, right?
What's going on here?
Are they tourists, maybe?
Sorry for the commotion.
It's just like when we looked into the past. Or, no. This might be...
Oh, there they are!
Lapis, where were you?
Everyone.
Were we dreaming?
We were so worried, LP. I mean, you just up and vanished on us out of nowhere.
We split up to look for you two and everything.
Yes, everyone was quite worried.
It was as if you were both spirited away. What exactly happened?
Well,
Let me take it from the beginning.
October 15th of last year. So, about 9 months ago.
Roughly 1 month before the bomb went off.
And you and Mario went back to the past at the same time.
Is that even possible?
I suppose it could have been some sort of illusion. But I still have everything in my log. The kids' voices. The way they breathed. It was all so real. And now... they're gone. I think I'm finally starting to understand.
I see.
LP... Well, at least Lashkar's okay, right?
A silver lining for sure, though it took him a while to see it.
Well, yeah. And that one engineer was saved too. It's 11:55.
That means there's only an hour before the launch. The broadcast should be starting soon.
Probably as good a time as any then.
Headed off, are you? Yep. To the top of the hillside, where Fairy and the others went last year.
We want to try talking to the professor before the launch.
By the way, I saw a white light coming from the hill right before I shifted into the past. I have a feeling it was the replica.
If that's the case, then those colleagues of hers are almost certainly waiting for us up there.
I imagine so are the pair from Elsheim and the two Dominions. I didn't get to finish what I was saying before because of what happened. But, if possible, could you take...
Sorry, but that's...
Well, I don't see why not.
Wait, really?
Rufus!
Back in Tharbad, we promised we would inform her of any new information we came across.
I promise we'll let you know as soon as we find anything. You'd be okay with that, right, Kevin?
Yeah, fine. Like I could ever say no to a cutie like you.
And with the launch on the horizon, things seemed to be growing increasingly unstable. Then, amidst all of our preparations, not only did Lapis visit the past, but Marielle did as well. There must be a reason why. I can't say for certain whether or not she's meant to stand in Dingo's place, but I believe she has the right to be present for what's to come.
Can't say I disagree, but... Fine then. Mario LeMay. You can come. But you better be prepared to keep your eyes trained on the truth, even when you want to do nothing more than look away.
I am. So please, take me with you.
Then it's settled.
And given our current group, I doubt we have to worry about keeping her safe on the way there.
We'll be right by your side, Marielle.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Doesn't really feel appropriate to tell you lot to give it your all, but at the very least, make sure you don't walk away with any regrets.
Take care! Oh, and remember, the launch will be happening in the southeast, okay?
We shall await your return. May Adios be with you.
May the Heavenly Mother guide your way. And Risha, I'm counting on you.
Of course.
That you all head forth on this day is most assuredly Arusha's will. I'm sure there's a role that only you can play here. You, who have glimpsed the darkness of the world and chosen to press on regardless. And I believe that could be said of the Professor as well. Please, say what you need to she who knows what fate awaits us.
Your Highness. Yeah, we will.
My word. I get the feeling you're going to be a force to be reckoned with, young lady.
Not sure I'll be able to live up to your expectations, but I plan on seeing this thing through on my own terms.
Engage at a safe distance.
Alright, here we go! Open wide! Open wide! Hang it on! I'm done! Open wide! All prepped up!
Still a ways to go.
So many!
All prepped up!
Boosters augmented.
Open wide! Rack up those macho points, am I right?
I'm a long ways
Feel
behind
is
father.
completely different when we're on foot like
Open
that.
wide!
Good, Mario.
I'll do my best to keep up. Which means I'm pleased. Then I'm doing this because I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not all I've got in
Got your back all the way. Engage at a safe distance.
Florida! Catch that!
Boosters augmented.
You want to see what I can really do?
They're ready to go.
Kevin.
Florida! We're all prepped up! Put it on! All prepped up! Not true yet!
Come on, be up and up.
Open wide! Overwhelm them.
Oh, Adios.
Let's go. Swing.
Activating skill.
Keep it up! That's your spot!
Stick 'em! Ready to throw down? And
My turn. Have a kick of my thumb.
Back up those macho points, am I right?
Still a ways to go.
Oh, that's not all I've got in me.
Treasure!
Yeah, baby.
Engage the
Activating skill. Boost gauge limit removed.
Further heights still in my reach?
Alright, let's transform.
Boost gauge limited. Boost gauge augmented.
Still a long haul to go.
This cutie has booty.
Open wide!
Engage at a safe distance.
Open it up!
Have my support. Hello? Hello? Here goes! Boost gauge augmented. Come on, up and up.
Open
Oh,
wide!
that's not all I've got in me.
Careful, there's a whole swarm.
Your charge attack is on you. One more time!
Open wide! Omega! Open wide! Open wide! Open wide! Hang it up!
This is what peak Nana performance looks like.
Open wide! Open wide! You versus me!
The boost gauge limit has been raised.
Activating skill. Boost gauge limit removed.
Still a ways to go.
Oh, that's not all I've got in me.
Oh, treasure! Engage at a safe distance.
I advise you prepare.
Rack up those macho points, am I right?
Are further heights still in my reach?
Open wide! Wrapped up!
This cutie has booty.
Alright, let's rip!
What is lovely?
I think I recognize this song from somewhere.
Sorry, gotta rest your souls.
More of the same next time, Captain.
Wait, what are they doing here?
Let's go.
Can't we hang out a little longer?
Some sort of prayer for the people of Gray, perhaps?
Thank you, everyone. I know my musical talents leave much to be desired, but I am nonetheless grateful that you allowed me to finish.
It was nothing. I mean, considering we can't even offer flowers.
It was the very least we could do for the victims. If anything, I'm grateful you gave us the chance to witness your tribute.
And I imagine you all feel much the same.
Yeah. I was struggling to think of what kind of prayer to offer on our way over.
If I'm remembering correctly, that was a song by Dominique Lanster, the famed singer of days long past.
That's right. Though it's also occasionally sung as a hymn during Mass.
Yes, a song about a mother passing down her feelings to her daughter, who then inevitably does the same. And though Dominique did indeed bring this song into the wider world with that lovely voice of hers, it was originally a creation of two others. You see, the melody was arranged by the artist and revolutionary Aramis Gainsbourg. And as for the lyrics and composition, they were written by none other than Sheena Dirk, who also happened to teach Dominique the art of chanson in her final years.
What?
Sheena Dirk? Like, from the history books?
The woman who helmed the revolution. Also considered to be the founding mother of the Calvard Republic. I'd heard she passed away at the age of 80, which would have been roughly half a century ago. From the sound of it, the two must have been on awfully good terms, yes?
They were. At the time, Dominique had no family to speak of. She resorted to theft daily in order to get by. It was Sheena who managed to open her heart and lead her down the path of music. However, there was one other who showed Dominique an alternate path forward. which is how she ended up living two separate lives, one of fame and glamour under the spotlight, and the other righting wrongs from the shadows.
The Phantom Thief Grimcat. To think that was how it all began.
Putting that aside for the moment, I think the only people you haven't met here are me and Rufus, yeah? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kevin Graham of the Septian Church.
And I am Rufus A. It's a pleasure. Though I imagine, considering our involvement with the Retributive Tower, you must already know who we are.
I do indeed. I'm familiar with everything related to Elysium, from its birth to its rampage. And in fact, that very event marked an important turning point. It was the start of a new beginning, one which has led us to today.
Oh?
You knew? About all of it?
That professor from the Society seemed familiar with the incident too, but...
That's because he's been investigating the source of the Marduk tech that allowed them to break through the Astral Code.
Tower aside, you had contact with Sheena in her final years too, didn't you? If only because of your associations with people that knew her better.
Correct. You see, my mentor, Professor Claude Epstein, was called upon by the government to construct what would become Trion Tower. And as his assistant, I accompanied him in his venture to do so, as did his daughter, Lilia Epstein. In that sense, you could say we are all responsible for the events that took place half a century ago.
Sheena, could you please talk some sense into this guy? I mean, what kind of loony gives a kid expensive doodads just for doing a few measurements?
A fine gift for all your hard work, I'd say. I think you should accept.
I agree. By the way, the land seems to meet all the requirements for the city plan.
Indeed it does. I'm grateful for all your help, young miss. As for the gift, what you do with it is up to you. But first, perhaps I should teach you how to maintain it.
Hey Dominique! Can you turn into that super cool cat again?
What did we just...
I knew it. These altar cores can manifest.
Visions of the past. Or perhaps we were transported back in time in much the same way you were.
Yes, I believe so.
It's different from the Saint's Eye, then.
In all likelihood, you weren't seeing the memories of this land. You were seeing the past itself.
Exactly. The conversation you just witnessed was one held 57 years ago in the outskirts of the capital. It was the moment when Dominique received her compact, the Phantinox, from Professor Epstein. I was present as the professor's assistant, and Sheena and Lilia were there as well. In any case, you all saw that conversation in real time. A glimpse into the past, if you will, granted to you by the replica of the Genesis I designed, the Altar Core.
So you did make that device?
Yeah, well, we figured. That said, it should be impossible to meddle in the past or the future, shouldn't it? At least if you're going by the principle of causality.
But even so, the impossible has indeed been made possible. Those vestiges included. And all thanks to President Gramhart's plan, no? The one reaching its climax as we speak.
That is correct. The President's space program, Project Leviathan, an indispensable component of the grander scheme. If its objective is not achieved, then the world we know as Zemuria will face its imminent end before abruptly beginning anew. Though if our souls are not lost in that process, then, in a manner of speaking, you might even consider it a boon. However, I imagine it's an outcome many would find undesirable, which is why the President felt he had but one option available to him. Solve the issue by utilizing humanity's strength and willpower. At present, I am merely keeping a watch over his work, and making sure I'm prepared for the end result, whatever that may be. Yes, after all, everything I've done was just a bit of insurance. Performing experiments with the replicas that violated the goddess's divine providence, scattering Professor Epstein's geneses all throughout the Republic, knowing full well that his legacy would fall into the hands of the evil that was Almada, and watching on in spite of that. I knew the danger that Dingo was in, and yet I took advantage of his sense of duty. And even after his passing, I continued to make use of him in order to verify the 8th Genesis's abilities, right up until the end.
No, that can't be.
Marielle.
You stood by while Ace was being used and while Lapis was kidnapped.
That's too much. Even I can't forgive you for that.
And I wouldn't expect you to.
And by the way, you wouldn't happen to know how our newest enforcer managed to acquire a replica of his own, would you? Or why a certain set of armor and an intricately designed puppet disappeared from the ark?
I'm afraid I do not. Though I do know that an old friend of yours has been on the move recently.
I see. You really are quite the villain, aren't you?
Got lots of questions myself. But even so... Kevin, I'm afraid we can't allow you to come a single step closer.
The Professor has provided humanitarian aid across the world. Also, Celise and I owe her a great deal. As such, we cannot stand by and let you finish your mission.
The same goes for Elsheim. We owe her a great debt for returning greenery to our capital. Though I have my reservations about this alleged device that defies the goddess. That's something we can deliberate on at another time. For now, we'll stop you, Father Kevin.
Swin, Nadia, and the rest of your group. I ask for your leniency.
Wait, what's going on? They're being enhanced by the Alter Core!
Our stigmas as well?
Hey, Professor! We didn't ask for your help.
This is a matter of pride. Please leave this to us.
Much like the originals, it activated on its own judgment in response to the present situation. I believe you all should now be evenly matched, though the outcome matters little to me. 12:40 p.m. The moment is very nearly upon us now. May this all be settled by then, including my final judgment.
How did it come to this?
You've got guts, that's for sure.
We're past the point where we can afford to question right or wrong. We can only press onward.
On my name as the 5th, I declare that the heretic hunt begins now!
Enter a world of illusion.
Ready to throw down?
What formidable opponents!
I must fulfill my duty at all costs.
Zypher activated.
The Morse!
Now I'm mad!
Initiating drive.
There!
do this! Don't care whose orders you're following. You're not getting through.
What a pity. I was hoping to avoid a confrontation with you.
Feelings mutual. I've got a duty to fulfill. At your will.
My, you're really not making this easy for us, are you?
Are you brats really okay with this? You know what he's gonna do, right?
That's what we came here to find out. Whether or not we are okay with it.
Yeah! You have to draw our own conclusions. So don't worry about whose stage limit on.
Now you're in for it. It's over.
I'm sorry, Miss.
My time. Have this done.
You're utterly
No, if you're willing. Elsheim could always handle questioning the professor on your behalf.
We ask that you withdraw, Father Kevin. Otherwise, we will resort to removing you by force.
Gleam! Beryllium Scepter!
You're too kind.
Zypher, activate! Ready yourself.
I'm sorry, Miss.
You won't catch me out. This is truly a fascinating crowd we have. A shame we couldn't have met at a sauna or banquet.
It's remarkable how much you remind me of a certain other place.
We can still go to a banquet together after this fight.
Couldn't protect hanging by a thread.
Florida! Damn it! I can still...
We mustn't relent.
It seems I've been bested.
I failed.
Seems about right.
Still a ways to go.
I just keep growing and growing.
You shitbag!
You combined your stigma with the Saint's Eye? How was that even fair?
Curses. We didn't stand a chance, even with the Replica's power.
Your Highness, please step back.
No, stop! Wait, Kevin, hold on!
We said we'd only go so far with you. If you're going to shoot first and ask questions later, then we've got plans of our own.
This is why I was against bringing you kids in the first place. Professor Latoya Hamilton, let's say we put an end to this. Even if you're not doing this for personal gain, that doesn't change the fact that you're still the enemy of Zemuria. A threat that needs to be eliminated. But I'm sure you know that better than anyone.
Indeed I do. Yourself included. Given how you keep finding ways to delay pulling that trigger.
Behind us.
He's strong!
Oh my!
Nadia!
Their swordsmanship.
My. I wish you wouldn't play around so much, Professor. We may be indefinite beings, but one such as you had best be more cautious.
I didn't expect you three would show up here.
These bastards! They're the ones Arkwright fought! New vestiges. But their aura is on another level.
Latoya! It's starting.
Understood. I'll put up a feed of the launch site.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1.
1 p.m. exactly. And now we shall see whether the sword can truly destroy the cradle.
We make for quality surrogates.
Ah, that's fair. I'm not gonna say no.
It's Euroboros, Myroboros, Ouroboros! Ooh, I just know everybody's shaking right now, 'cause it's rocket launch day, Oompies and babes! It's just been dub after dub for me these past 3 days, banging out vids on the job, expanding my faves list. And in a few hours, I'll have front row seats to history's biggest glow-up. Y'all, I think I'm gonna go feral, for real, for real. The world's about to enter its ultimate turning point arc, and I know all you Ouroboros are so here for it. I'll be live streaming the countdown, of course, so keep those cheeks glued to your chairs, 'cause peak is incoming! Anyways, I got some IRL stuff to do, so I'ma log off.
I know I said I'd never do this on cam, but maybe I'll make an exception just this once. Okie dokie. See you next stream, chat.
And now a traffic update. Currently, the autobahns between Edith and Anchorville, as well as Edith and Longport, appear to be relatively clear in both directions. However, owing to the rocket launch planned for this afternoon, the outbound route from Edith to Longlai is currently backed up for 50 South. As this congestion is likely to escalate and repeat on the route back this evening, caution is advised for those heading to Eastern Calvert.
Next up, we have a report on the Republican Army's joint mock exercises, also scheduled for today. The presidential office states they will be done to assist Project Startaker for a prompt response to falling debris in the event of a failed launch.
It sounds like the Air Force and Army are finally on the move now that they're just under 3 hours before launch.
Yes. Evidently, we can no longer take these joint mock exercises at face value. Ketra.
Can't blame them for getting lost in their heads after everything they heard.
In any event, time is of the essence right now. We ought to thank the good inspector for expediting our transit.
Yeah. This baby will let us zip down south along the Autobahn. Speed limits be damned. Just gotta make it back to Edith by around 11.
The first Grimcat and the Sword Hermit who made an appearance here are also in the mix, evidently. Oh, and about that other assistant of yours, Epstein's great-granddaughter. I wonder if she's with them too.
You can explain, can't you, Mom?
Yes. But keep in mind that these are my mother's affairs. All I can offer is either hearsay or my own guesswork. This much I can say for sure, though. She, Professor Hamilton, and Agnes's grandmother shared a close-knit relationship. Nearly 6 decades ago, my mother lived in the capital as an orphan. Crime was so rampant back then that by the age of 12, she was already a habitual pickpocket and burglar. It was then that she snuck into the home of a certain somebody. That somebody was none other than Sheena Dirk. The hero of the Democratic Revolution, over 70 years old and long retired from the world of politics. She played on her piano a melody that drew my mother in, ridding her of all notions of thievery. A series of events later, the two had bridged their multi-generational divide, becoming close friends. From what I gather, it was through Sheena's instruction that my mother discovered a new side of herself as a chansonnier. Not long after, Professor Epstein arrived from Le Mans State at the Republican government's invitation. They had brought him in to design Trion Tower, during which time he stayed at Sheena's residence. In order to select and survey potential locations for the tower's construction, he had my mother, who was familiar with the capital, act as his guide. Shortly thereafter, his disciple Latoya and foster daughter Lilia also came to join him in the Republic. Though this threw my mother off at first, she and the girls soon took to one another, and before long, a site for the tower was decided. As a reward for her help, Professor Epstein gifted my mother the Phantanox Compact. If I had to guess, that little transformation tool may have been created using the same technology he used to work on the Genesees. That's likely the reason it reacts to them every now and again. In any case, my mother accepted the compact despite her hesitation, kicking off our family tradition of working double lives. As for Latoya, Lilia, and the professor, they continued to keep in touch even after returning to Le Mans State. 2 years later, however, word of Professor Epstein's death suddenly reached Sheena and my mother. My mother then took a horse-drawn carriage to Le Mans and reunited with Lilia and Latoya. The loss of the professor resulted in much turmoil. And amidst it all, my mother was tasked by Latoya and Lilia with bringing the latter back to Calvert in secret. Lilia was then taken into Sheena's household, spending several years with her under a different surname. When Sheena eventually passed at the age of 80, Lilia, with my mother's aid, learned to fend for herself at 18 and began living on her own. From then until the day Lilia left this world at age 46, she and my mother supposedly remained the best of friends. And included in their circle, I'd wager, was Latoya Hamilton, the only one of the 3 disciples who knew the truth.
Thanks, Mom. We'll hear the rest straight from Grammy's mouth.
As you ought to. Both as her granddaughter and the Grimcat of today.
Oh, good. You're still here. I think you'll appreciate what I've brought.
Aha! Might that be?
A lifesaver is what it is. About time we hit the road then.
We'll have Giordano give us a lift back to the capital once we've made sure those vestiges didn't leave any nasty surprises behind.
We can fill Bormati in on the details too. So you guys just focus on getting to Agnes, okay?
Me? I plan on hitching a ride myself, right after my checkup at noon. Anything to vamoose before those debt collectors catch my to lend you kiddos a helping hand.
I'm still not quite following, but basically, you've got important business to attend to back in Edith, right? Safe travels. Let's hang out again the next time you're in the area, Reset.
What my asswipe of a dad does means F all to me. The Oathbreaker pulling his smarmy nose out of our crap, though? Now that was a twist.
No kidding.
Well then, with the face beneath the mask confirmed, it's my cue to pack it in and bow out. Don't take this as your reward for the 4 SPG, but I'll keep an eye on these parts in case those dregs try to pull a fast one. For today, at least.
Guy must have had some hang-ups from his old job at the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Anyway, sounds like the other enforcers are in the wings, so we'll let him play sentry in the meantime. On that note, it's a small surprise you opted to tag along with us.
Hardly. I'm pretty positive Ix already skipped town anyway. Besides, you put a lot of work in for my request. I've got to make that up to you on some level.
Yeah? In that case, the more the merrier.
A girl of integrity after all, I see.
We're happy to have the extra firepower, too.
Definitely. Right now, getting to Agnes and Ren takes precedence. Bad news, though. Both of their Zyphus are completely isolated from the network. The only explanation that comes to mind is that they're in some kind of special, signal-restricting environment.
That figures.
It's the same with Grammy. But that aside...
You holding up okay about your own grandma?
I am. Finding out Kevin has been after her all this time did come as a shock, obviously. But she has more than a few allies, and my gut tells me Swin and them have their own plans brewing. That being said, I'm not exactly accepting of everybody on her side.
Hatra.
The particulars elude us. That is, until you can inquire about them directly.
My thoughts exactly. I have a hunch we'll get a chance to make contact after the launch is over. One way or another. Yang and Essie are probably ready to act too, so... all I can do now is stick to the Spriggan way.
Listen to you, talking the talk.
Do allow us to assist when it comes time to walk the walk, as it were.
Yeah. Besides, this is Professor Hamilton we're dealing with. No way she doesn't have her reasons. But first, we need to meet with Agnes and Dominique and see what they know.
No need to tell us twice.
You said it. This time, I'm gonna be the one grilling Grammy for a change.
Vermonti's already on the case, so a lead is sure to follow soon.
Jack and Hal caught me up a bit ago. Sounds like things have gone upside down and sideways. That aside, I was able to pinpoint the limousine that picked up Agnes and company late last night.
They seem to have made their way into the presidential office in the Von Tai district, but there hasn't been any other movement since.
Sweet Haiti. When Inspector DeSwanee reported the Anchorville case is more or less closed, we figured that was that. But then he ordered me to work together with you. And now, here I am patching into some confidential secret share-a-thon! To be honest, I'm with the Inspector on this one. CID's gone way out of line. Keeping this whole ulterior motive behind the space program under wraps from not only the public, but regular law enforcement too. Putting civilians under lock and key just tops it all off, even if one of them's the president's daughter. That's enough excuse to help out a bit until the Inspector can make it back. But only within the bounds of the law, got it? I'm not looking to lose my badge here.
Put it mildly, yes. Though we weren't counting on you all returning so quickly.
Late last night, an orb mail came in from Agnes and Ren saying they were back in the capital. But when they didn't respond to us all morning, alarm bells started going off in our heads.
That's right. Just have a look for yourself.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. No interference, even while under shard soundproofing. Alright, this should do. Sorry, Odette. You too, Albert. I did try to send this directly to Van at first, but the main channels around the capital are completely blocked off, so I decided to use a land bypass instead. Please deliver this video to Van and them if possible. They should be arriving from Anchorville right about now. For the moment, try visiting Monmar in the 8th District. Oh yes, and let me give you the address of his go-to informant. At the moment, I'm being confined in a corner of the presidential office. But although they've placed me in a room devoid of any terminals or network access, it does have, if nothing else, a security camera. And thanks to a little trick I had up my sleeve, I was able to hijack it and send you this message. Oh, and don't worry, no one's been rough with me in the slightest. They even provided me with a luxurious breakfast this morning. In all likelihood, they're planning to set me free just as soon as this afternoon's rocket launch has concluded. My apologies, though. I was separated from Agnes and Dominique last night. It seemed as though they had some sort of discussion with the president, but I wasn't able to catch it on the interior surveillance system. Also, while I hate to say this where Judith can hear, there's definitely something going on with Dominique. Judging by a rather disquieting exchange between her and Kincaid, could it be that she has a connection to Professor Hamilton? What's more, those white replicas are apparently the professor's work. I'm still wrapping my head around it, but it must be doubly hard on you, Catra. Now, on to the main concern. I don't believe Agnes has been taken very far away. To start, the president has no plans to leave Edith. That would suggest he is seeing his plans through from somewhere in the vicinity. You may think, If not here in the presidential office, then perhaps the ruling party's headquarters, or else the capital's garrison, which you've previously visited. Wrong on both counts. It's bound to be a confidential location beyond the likes of either of those. For example, a place easily accessible from the head of state's official residence and capable of sustaining attacks from weapons of mass destruction. Here's a shot in the dark. Maybe the presidential office has an underground sector of sorts. I doubt I can keep the wool pulled over their eyes for much longer, so this'll have to end here. Be seeing you soon. Oh, and don't forget the birthday party arrangements. Agnes's presents won't get themselves.
But lunch is ready.
I ordered something quick and filling to eat. Can't head into battle with no fuel in the tank.
We asked them to make enough to go around, so feel free to have as much as you want.
Never seen you rush out this soon after coming home. But I can tell it's for a good reason. No sense holding you up with my rambling then. Dinner will be on the table tonight too, so you best not miss it.
Got it. Appreciate you looking out for us.
We'll make sure to bring our appetites.
You've got something special cooking to commemorate the launch, right? Can't wait to see how it pairs with a nice stiff drink.
I'm still a little concerned about Yorda, but she does seem to be looking healthier now. As I said this morning though, don't go pushing yourself too hard. Can you promise me that?
Fine, whatever. And, thanks again.
You're very welcome. And thank you to Elaine for looking after her.
Not at all. She's been a great asset to us in return.
Yume and I will be heading out soon, but don't be afraid to call if anything comes up, okay? I'd also like to settle on a time for Agnes's birthday party sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely.
Assuming we're fast enough, you'll be able to ask her yourself this evening.
I shall assist however I can as well, once a decision is reached.
Count me in too. With her school friends on the guest list, it'll probably be a full house.
Nan?
What's wrong, Yumes?
Oh, nothing. It's just, you still haven't figured out a present for Agnes yet, right? I'll help you pick something, but you gotta come back so we can go together.
Sounds good to me. We can even load your bicycle up in the truck and bring it with.
Yeah.
Not much longer now.
Excuse me, Van? Sorry to ask while your hands are so clearly full, but mind if we chat a bit?
Aaron, catch. Long as it's quick. Could have sworn you were supposed to be in Farbad, though.
The event ended yesterday, so I caught an airliner back here this morning. The thing is, well, I'm just about to go to a launch viewing in the 3rd District with Yume and Paulette. She and Victor already gave me their blessings on this, but basically I plan on telling Yume about me being her father today. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, though. What do you think? Is it too soon?
I'd say it's a great idea. You go for that gold, Mr. Champ.
yet!
Oh, thank goodness! You were able to meet up with the Spriggan!
Give me a break! You don't get to act all surprised after that call you made right before we boarded the train.
The way you pretended everything was fine just made it even more obvious it wasn't.
That's why, after discussing between ourselves, the three of us decided to cancel our trip. We figured that maybe there was something we could do to help.
Then they came to hound me about it, so I went ahead and brought them here. Could be they're just not willing to turn their backs on this. I know I can't when it comes to Ren.
Well, duh! Agnes and us are tight! Just think of how hard we worked on the school festival together!
Oh, Lyle. You weren't even on the festival committee. I guess being classmates gives you an in, though.
We'll stay out of this if you don't need any more hands on deck, but otherwise, all you have to do is give the word.
It's launch day, but there aren't that many people in Von Tai, huh?
They aren't running any live streams on those vehicles either. But it sounds like the other districts are still packed.
Maybe we'll spot some familiar faces. We ought to take a look around.
Let's do a search.
I take great pride in my culinary creation. Have a taste of my gourmet offerings. Your tongue will thank you. I look forward to seeing you again in the very near future.
Hey, you! You boys? What's it gonna be? Later. What's it gonna be?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I think I'll have seconds if you don't mind.
That was amazing. Thank you.
That was pretty filling.
That was very well made.
One is never too old to learn.
It's like in outer space.
Finally! Thought I'd never get through. Just made off toward Longline last I heard.
She figured she wouldn't be able to get in touch with you anymore, so here I am to pass her message along. Name's Jonas Sacred, Deputy Development Chief at the Epstein Foundation's Crossbell branch.
Even should you forge ahead into the ninth domain, you will find that its innermost depths have already been sealed off. For Professor Novartis, you see, has sequestered himself within to conduct his final analyses on the Abyss's contents. That key, however, can be used to open the forbidden door, though doing so will like as not require the aid of the Foundation.
Something's there! Do a shark search!
Bingo.
Mira deposit confirmed!
Might as well, if we're already teaming up in the real world. Waiting around by myself would be kinda boring. Plus, my bit as a guardian's done, so I've got no more orders on that end. Feels a little weird logging in as part of the hero party, though. Sure, whatever. You clearly need the help.
Forward. The adventure begins. The adventure begins. Loot secured. The adventure begins. Loot secured. Ha! Kicking it into high gear. Forward.
It feels kind of empty here without all the people we couldn't contact.
You're right. Even if we do have the Radicals with us here, I can't help but feel disheartened.
I figure things are pretty hectic all around. Same goes for us, so let's get this done quick.
You've got to keep what the Imaginator and Influencer said in mind, too. Stay on guard.
We're going to foil the Anglis' scheme, and we need to remain vigilant.
Open wide! Shock one up. Shock one up. Shock one up. Shock one up. Shock one up.
Acceptable.
On to greater heights.
Still not strong enough. Still not strong enough.
Upgrade complete.
It's even better now!
Better with every rehearsal.
Self-improvement has no end.
I'm finer tuned now.
I'll hone it further.
I'm finer tuned now.
Nice! I'm flying high!
Engage at a safe distance.
Let's rip!
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Let us aim with
Engage at a safe distance.
Stick up! Okay, let's go!
Charge attack is on.
Get the make go! It's right. Stick up! Open wide! Open wide! Open wide! Get the make go! Bam! 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 Open wide! Got Moxie.
The boost gauge limit has been...
A natural outcome.
Appreciate you, Rufus. Open wide! How about a shard search? Got Moxie.
Boost gauge augmented.
You want to see what I can really do? There you go. Job well done, Kevin.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and that's what makes me wife material.
Won't take a second. This is one of my comfort foods.
Piece of cake. See? I can cook too, you know.
I can try. Don't expect much.
I'll send this review to Van.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll send this review to Van. I'll send this review to Van.
I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll send this review to Van. Van's gonna be so stoked.
Alright, I'll put it on the blog.
Thanks, boss.
Alright, I'll put it on the blog.
Another step for Sweet's journalism. I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkwright.
If you wouldn't mind.
Alright, I'll put it on the blog.
I appreciate it.
Alright, I'll put it on the blog.
Can hardly wait.
Good stuff.
Thanks for the grub.
Engage at a safe distance.
Got Moxie.
Now's the time to boost.
Cypher activate.
Engage your skill.
Letting it.
I have what you...
Now, let's be on our way.
That was a sight to behold. Thanks for the grub.
Engage at a safe distance. Charging
Rather a waste of time. Take it away! You're mine!
Keep it!
Good chance! Yeah!
We can win this!
Now's a great time for engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
My
We can win this! I can still get stronger.
Nice. That'll do it. Winning at will.
Stage cleared. On to the next.
What's next?
An accolade I'll receive with grace.
Yes, it's me, Kaede. Thank you again for your help yesterday, sir.
Wonderful. That felt fantastic. I've never felt like this before. Each swing has been honed to perfection. So very sharp. So very deep. Transparent as the ocean. Each swing bears a zero. You've come at the perfect time, Van. Let us continue what we started. Together, I know we can reach that grand frontier. Run wild! Raging Blizzard! Time for some payback! Take this!
You're screwed now!
Boost gauge try to do this! Time for some payback! Take this!
Here it comes! Radiant Sun Ray!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked! Time for some payback! Take this! Let's get started. My blade is both true and false, dancing in the moonlight. Now! Behold! Cirith Gleam! DC's up. This is it. 100 Demon Gales! Wait for some payback!
way! I can hear it! I can hear Akegarasu's voice!
Wait a sec. Isn't this a form of love, in a way? Oh, maybe. That's the reason you were able to pull me back from becoming a beast. If I've got someone like you around, then maybe... Alright, that settles it. I feel bad for Kaede and Kurogane, but I think they'll forgive me for this much. What do you think? Oh, come on! At least take a guess.
Adventure begins! The adventure begins! Loot secured! The adventure begins! Loot secured! Adventure begins. Loot secured. The adventure begins. The adventure begins.
Welcome to my study.
The adventure begins. The adventure begins. Loot secured. The shackled hero sets out. The shackled hero sets out. The shackled hero sets out. The adventure begins. Loot secured. The shackled hero sets out. The shackled hero sets out. Loot secured. The shackled hero sets out. Loot secured. The adventure begins. The adventure begins. The adventure begins. Loot secured.
Nyum, nyum. What are we going to get? How pretty! Wow, so many sparkles! You don't have enough tokens.
The time is 12 o'clock sharp on July 12th. We're coming to you live with our special pre-launch report on Project Startaker, the event all of Calvard, let alone Zemuria, has been waiting for.
Boy, can you believe how quickly it's come? To think the schedule was officially moved up only 5 days ago. I'll tell you though, all the anticipation this past week has had me feeling giddy as a school kid again.
Well, you aren't alone there. I feel just the same way. Now then, with history's first manned rocket launch less than an hour away, let's have a look at the scene on site.
Excuse me. I'm Nate from the Sidon Station of the Edith Police Department. We received a report moments ago of several suspicious hooded individuals approaching this area. I'm not sure that's...
Please, listen to him! Those people didn't look anything close to normal!
No way they were even human! We just saw them and... there they are now! Sweet mother of...
Take heed! You who have been party to these false designs!
Continuing to avert the eyes of the people shall never conceal the truth.
Will do, sir. All right, guys, you're coming with me.
Sure thing. Get us away from here, detective.
This is all too much. I can't take it anymore.
Kitty engine engaged. Security systems hacked and infiltrated.
Spoofed footage successfully swapped in.
Ren's little proteges don't disappoint. All right, Van. You dears are all clear.
Presidential Office Control Center. Could this be the place?
It's locked, of course. Perhaps they have some sort of spiritual barrier in effect.
If that's the case, it'll be tough to get through even with my shadow powers.
Let's check the rest of the building first, then.
Hey, I've seen this place before.
Looks like the room they used for the space program's conferences. No one here now, though.
No clues here. Let's keep looking.
Search time.
Whatever happened to that girl they took underground?
Oh, right. I thought they were going to make an announcement about her today. Crazy timing, right?
Hey, those two must be talking about Agnes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They brought her down below.
What's with the student they're keeping in that room? I was told it was for her safety, but...
The president has his reasons. We just need to do our part.
Could it be?
Sounds like it's worth looking into.
President's room. The keycard we're looking for must be in here somewhere.
This place is way too big to rifle through by hand. Let's speed things up with a shard search.
Let's do a search.
Search. Search.
Yes, in broadcasting satellite.
Search time.
Let's do a search.
I wonder what's going on in the underground control center.
Oh, there you all are. Right when I expected, too. Hold on. Just give me a moment to tidy the last of this up. Elegance is a lost art, it seems. Your turn, Potter Motter.
As you command, Red. Security bypassed. Classified gate to underground control center of Presidential Office unlocked. Incursion recommended at the earliest opportunity.
This was simply me helping myself to Retzi and Walter's astral accounts. Even in a closed environment like this, with the right know-how, I can still connect to the system. Both her and Dominique, yes. Thank you all for coming to my rescue. Our time is at a premium, though. I've yet to gauge the President and Mr. Kincaid's aims or intentions in this. But for reasons I can only assume concern the space program, they've confiscated the Octogenesis from Agnes. You bet your sweet Bippy. My adorable underclassman deserves no less.
Let's do a search.
Performing shard search.
Sage.
Infiltration successful. There don't seem to be any alarms.
Finally. Looks like the way forward is clear.
Something smells.
Subduing you by ambush was never the intent.
Kincaid cautioned us about this, but not once did we think you'd actually show up.
Yep, a roster of pros across the board. Makes me feel bad, cutting them down to size.
Huh? It's the Divine Blade of Silver!
Second form, 99 Gales!
Impossible. When did you get behind us?
Oh, I was there from the start. Waiting around since morning was a real slog. Sorry for the surprise attack, though. I've only got so much time to waste is all. How's about we do some joint training next time? Make it a fair fight.
Take a hike.
Well, you heard him. Down we go.
Down we go, she says.
I heard this lady was over the top, but not by this much.
Those soldiers weren't the only ones blown away.
Where do we even start with this? You've seriously been sitting there twiddling your thumbs all morning?
And in the first place, wasn't your corps supposed to be working with the president?
I was given to understand that they were fortifying their position in the Longlai area.
Not to mention, that's where your master is headed, no?
Yep. Sure, it would have been nice to have another duel to the death against Reen in the land where the heavens turn, but he and Master Kafai haven't seen each other for so long. Probably not the time to be butting in, you know? So instead, I skipped out and entrusted my duties as second in command over to Kuragane. Above all, with the moment of fate drawing ever closer, I'd much rather spend my time with you guys. Not as a member of Ikaruga or a Divine Blade, but as a temporary part-timer at Arkwright Solutions.
Shizuna.
So Miss Mizurugi shares my sentiments.
Feels like we're missing some key bits of backstory here, but if you're that bent on this, I can't do jack to stop it. Welcome to the team. Just let us in on whatever you know along the way, yeah?
Your wish is my command. Huh. That was faster than I expected.
There they are! Hercules is down!
Blast! Where'd they break in from?
Seems they saw through our ruse too quickly.
Even still, I think it bought us enough time.
Agreed. This could simply be the efficacy of Renee's command at work.
Emergency response protocols always were his forte.
Regardless, this is a bit of a fix. We may have them outskilled, but we can each only handle so many.
Well, it kind of undoes my whole heartfelt plea just now, but I can stay and hold them.
Nah, just leave this one to me.
Now hold on a second.
Busting us in here was enough to pay off my 4 SPG on its own, if you ask me. Still, I'll be nice and keep these guys busy, as a last-minute tip.
scoundrels! Don't let them escape!
But what about that shadow, sir?
And we can't just open fire on a kid!
What, you think I can't handle this? Get over it and scram already. I'll make a break for it myself once you're gone. Besides, you've got our birthday to celebrate, right?
Fine. Just don't bite off more than you can chew.
Be safe, Yorda.
We'd better see you at the party too.
Damn it! They're getting away as we speak!
We need to push through, even if it means shoving her aside.
In case it wasn't obvious, you're up against Enforcer 20B of Ouroboros, the Shadow Eater. I just got one last assignment from my part-time gig, stopping you in your tracks.
So you don't have a clue what the space program's true goals are either, huh?
Afraid not. All we've got is that its actual name is Project Leviathan. Though it's a fair bet that Hermes, Major Amelia rather, and that new Excalibur assault frame are the keys to its success. See, the plan calls for the world's strongest, both in terms of combat ability and endurance, in the context of fighting in the zero gravity of space.
We did know that Major Amelia would be going up in the latest assault frame model for today's launch.
Yeah, and that they capped off its dev with a toe-to-toe clash against Armbrust and the Empire's Divine Blade.
The only question is, what do they need all that battle and staying power to go up against? One of Marduk's earlier satellites, Prometheus 2, operated only in very low orbit, just barely within the atmosphere. Whereas Prometheus 4, launched in May, was the first to exit the atmosphere and reach outer space.
One can only assume they are in some way concealing, or perhaps disguising certain data being received from it. For example, the existence of a foe that required the presidential office and the aerospace force to forge the mightiest blade in history.
Leviathan, though. They must have gotten that name from the mythical sword.
As they did with the Excalibur. The implication, then, is that there's something out in space that requires a weapon of legendary proportions to defeat.
How much do SC and Mr. Jiskar know about this? Nothing more than the specs and general outline, surely. Professor Cronkite is the sole engineer who'd be privy to all the details.
So it seems. Though shouldn't that grandma of yours have the full scope too? Why else would she be making outside the rulebook plays left and right?
Well, no matter how off the wall this foe probably is, our top priority is getting Agnes back, followed by those stolen Genesis. By the way, Shizuna, I know you coached Hermes in battle tactics, but ain't there somebody else who falls under the label of strongest the world's ever seen? I'm talking the only guy outside of the Sword Hermit who might be a match for you right now.
You mean...
I see. It does follow, logically speaking.
Here's our stop. What say we go see if your hunch is right?
Wow. Just imagine how much construction this took.
It must have been deemed necessary in order to repel whatever threat from outer space they're expecting. Or so I presume.
Makes sense. You think that's the same reason they got their divisions and air fleets lined up for those quote-unquote mock exercises?
Yes. This is also likely where my employer's resources have been focused all this time.
We have company!
One of Marduk's combat mechs? A Musha model at that.
And those orbital drones are the same as the ones Mirabelle and Mr. Thorndyke were using.
Warning. Access beyond this point is restricted.
Please direct all inquiries to the Marduk Total Security Company. You will now be forcibly removed from the premises.
Here they come, guys.
Deploy shards when you see fit.
A rowdy crowd, aren't you?
They're
stunned! My chance!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
We can win this! Engaging skill.
I shall handle this.
Here to help.
Activate!
Have some more! Here's a little more!
At your service.
Have some more!
We're stuck!
Engaging skill.
I am far from done.
What'd you expect?
Well, that's about as good a sign as any that the cream of Marduk's crop is up ahead. This is basically a given too, but maybe Sir's strongest the world's ever seen is with him, like you mentioned.
Considering the importance of this facility, we can't deny the possibility. And if he is present, then she will be too.
Well, it won't hurt to keep an eye out for them in Thorndyke. As far as the CID goes, though, Renee's pretty much guaranteed to be down here.
Even more so if this is where the president's holed himself up.
There's also a chance we'll run into more Hercules members. Even if they're not from the Alpha unit, they could still prove a real handful playing defense.
New machinery may turn up as well, like the Musha model and drones from just now. On top of that, we don't know how far this place extends. Nothing for it but to roll up our sleeves, though.
That's enough running our mouths, then. We've got a little Miss Hostage to pick up.
Yeah, whatever's weighing her down, it's our job to help her shoulder it.
Doubtless there are none other than all of you who could succeed in doing so.
Indeed. Now, the time is 12:15, so we haven't much longer before the launch.
Might need to let that part go, push comes to shove. Making sure we find Agnes comes first and foremost.
Right!
Alright. Going for broke here.
Search.
Watch out for ranged attacks!
Watch out. Spot it.
Commencing battle! Shit like a speed
Peace.
Watch out for Rainbow Cat!
Gotcha! Snooze the loose!
Shoot him when we go!
We can win this!
Engage your skill.
Ridiculous.
That fight felt pretty good.
That's the way, Lane.
Watch out for Rainbow Cat!
Watch out. I spot it.
The elements are in our favor.
I figured this place would be big, but this defies expectation.
It's less of a crisis center, and more some kind of massive shelter or facility.
If they wanted, they could easily fit tens of thousands of people from Edith in here.
Why even build something?
Do your work.
Now you've done it. Back up there! Blew the roof off the boost cage today!
I'm stuffed.
That's how it goes. But it's never too old to learn.
Watch out for Rainbow Cat!
Have a nightmare!
Do your
One can always stand to
Keep your distance as you're attacking.
Looks like the drones are here.
Now you've done it.
I didn't think drones could deploy shards.
I guess we're not the only ones who can do it anymore.
That just makes this all the more exciting.
Bring it on!
Activating
Too slow.
Lay to the ground! I have...
I need some help, sir.
Retreat!
We can win this. Your skill.
Bring it on! They're down! We're done!
Oh, hey.
Always strive to better myself.
What'd you expect?
Something's there. Do a shard search. Keep your distance while you're attacking. Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. Forget about your shard attack. Combat over. Activate pivot.
supplies are packing heat. Can we even get through them before the launch? The Cyclist clock says it's only been a few minutes.
Either way, we should keep moving.
Shoot them what you can! Here to support!
Boost gauge upgraded.
Ridiculous.
Shoot it! Initiating drive!
Initiating drive, baby!
Cypher activate!
Let's be on our way.
Top-notch, Elaine!
Watch out for range
Make yourself for a punch.
Get going, Dan! Take this!
Here it comes!
Counting on you, Master!
Sucker! If you please, student.
I'm not a star for nothing.
Way to steal the spotlight, Judith.
Careful. I sense an incredible aura.
The floor we were just on was L1. Next is floor L2.
How much deeper can this place even...
Wait! Heads up!
Stealth camo? Was this thing waiting to ambush us?
Subdue it quickly.
Take that!
I sense an incredible aura.
Take that! Go, little lady! Boost gauge upgraded. It's done!
Boost gauge
Counting on you,
limiter
Master.
unlocked!
Initiating drive, baby!
Activating skill!
You mind, Elaine?
Our shards have been cleared away.
You just needed to spoil the cheap knockoff of the Crimson Beast.
Yeah, pain in the ass. I was lucky to have their help support.
Sounds like our popper halfway through. This is it! This is it!
Ready to move!
You're a lightsaber there, Bear.
This is it!
We clinched. We have the initiative. Here to support. Here to support.
Boost gauge upgraded.
I wasn't expecting that we'd get
let's
surprise
be on our
attack
way.
ourselves.
Top notch,
This place
Elaine.
really is fun.
Your questionable sense of fun aside, I'll admit we might not have made it if not for your help.
Oh, could it be? Is the mighty beauty's blade deigning to recognize my skills?
I've already praised your skills before, but only your skills.
Put the claws back, ladies. We got shit to do.
Fine respite.
Just what the doctor ordered. Shock one up. Good stuff. Nice! Moving on up.
I can still get stronger. This is it! We can get the jump. Have the initiative.
Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
Get down. One can always stand to improve.
What'd you expect?
We can recuperate here.
Just what the doctor ordered.
So you came after all.
Not that it's any real surprise. At least you can say you're sticking to your guns. The fact remains that we're keeping civilians under false imprisonment, even if one of them's the president's daughter.
In that respect, it's the CID that's changed its tune. We might have had more principles back when we were operating undercover as spies in the Empire. That's part of it. But my brother and I owe President Gramhart a lot for all he's done for us, such as overlooking how we were manipulated back during the illusory coup, for starters.
As much as I hold former President Rocksmith in high regard, a debt is a debt. And I have to admit, President Gramhart is an incredible man. The more I worked with him, the surer I grew that he isn't acting out of self-interest. It's for that reason that I asked Division Chief Kilika to serve as Mr. Rocksmith's bodyguard in my absence.
That's right. We'll do everything in our power to stop you.
We simply follow the leader elected by the people and carry out our duty to protect national security.
That we did. He drilled the basics of localized warfare right into our heads. And now, it's the end of the road for you, Spriggan.
Troops, formation Delta! Let's bring a swift end to this.
Ma'am, yes ma'am!
You'll be sorry!
The boost gauge limit has been raised!
You head down. I shall handle this.
It's clear to me how you were able to get this far. I know you can't afford to back down here, but neither can we.
Not yet. I still need to show President Rocksmith and my father how much I've improved.
You're pretty fired up, huh? Now you're going down!
Commence operation. We'll show you what Hercules is truly capable of.
Defeat us if you can, Arkwright Solutions.
I welcome the challenge, especially from someone trained by my brother.
Here goes.
Hunker down! Mirage guard! Initiating drive.
Zypher activate.
I go.
Now or never!
Eat this!
Make your move!
Backup's here!
Engaging skill.
Gotcha!
Time for my trump card!
Bring it on!
Here to help!
Engaging skill.
Wing! They flinched!
Strong as ever.
Spare go! Done my duty.
I am far from done.
Nice! Moving on up.
I can still get stronger. I can do even better.
Curses! We just can't measure up to them. And not just in terms of strength.
You have us beat. In will and determination too, probably. No matter how much respect I hold for President Gramhart, that project of his just has too many unknowns.
That's right. Mr. Kincaid is likely the only one in the CID who does. Maybe those of you who have some history with him will find a way to get through to the man.
Yup. They're being held on floor L3, down below, in a rest area off to one end.
Once you've safely completed your rescue, get some answers out of the President and the others.
Shock one up.
Despite their faults, they still did everything they could to fulfill their mission.
That doesn't mean we can afford to back down either, though.
Yep, we're just as devoted to the Spriggan Code.
And I'll be sticking with you until the end.
Looks like the game's all here.
The boost gauge limit has been raised!
Slipped over.
Boost gauge limiter!
One can always stand to improve.
Nice!
Moving on up.
I will always strive to better myself.
What'd you expect?
You got a charge attack.
This is it! Happy to miss this.
Here to help! Here's a little more!
Ben,
Your turn! You got it! Here's support! Here's some action!
Backup's here! Backup's here!
Boost gauge upgraded.
Going down.
Now, let's be on our way.
That's the way, Elaine. Let's get this going.
You got a charge attack.
This is it!
Gauge level back.
This is
Frozen on.
Open fire!
Don't push yourself, baby. Boost gauge upgraded.
Ridiculous.
Now, let's be on our way.
Marvelous technique, Elaine.
Boost gauge level maximum.
That was simply delicious.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And that's what makes me white material.
take a second. This is one of my comfort foods.
Now we're cooking. Travis, chef's recommendation. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's what makes me wife material.
Big Grinch, you're a rowdy crowd, aren't you?
Let's do this one.
You're up against a large group.
It's time. Lift the roof off the boost cage limit.
Cut it, please, Judith.
Activating skill! The boost gauge limit has been raised!
I slipped up.
I'm not a star for nothing.
Way to steal the spotlight, Judith.
Do your best.
You've got a charge attack ready. Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgrade.
I have
Finish him, man.
Activating! Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
man down.
Here to support!
It's yours, Elaine. What's the attack?
Cyber activate.
Got to know.
Yeah.
Got it covered. My chance.
Too slow.
Nice. That went great.
Nice going, man.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Slipped over the count. Nice. That went great. May your successes continue, Van.
Boost gauge level maximum.
At your service.
Engaging skill.
Man, your turn.
We're done. Ridiculous. Lay to the ground, Judith.
At your service.
Really chosen for a boost initiating drive, baby. Open fire.
At your service.
Make your move.
Here goes.
Activating skill!
We're done. Ridiculous. Nice. That went great.
Thanks for helping, Van.
Enemies, keep your wits about you.
You got a charge for glowing shards. Let's rumble. Don't push your engaging skill.
They clinched.
Boost gauge
Van,
upgrade.
your turn.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Found on the master. Make some noise. Slipped up. Come back when you're strong.
I'm impressed, Bearguard.
go.
Now, let's be on our way.
That's the way, Lane.
Ready to rumble!
This will make a fine rest point.
Feeling like a million Mira.
The next floor is L3, the deepest this facility goes.
Another ambush. Go.
A sight crease, plus 2 of those new drones!
Be on the alert for shard cancellations.
Caution. Strong foe ahead. Gazing skill.
They flinched!
Boost gauge upgraded.
My move now.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Lay to the ground, Judith.
Grimcat at your service!
Let's get this rolling. Shock one up.
Stay calm and work through it.
far from done.
That's how it goes.
I will always
That
strive
wall
to
seems to
better
lead to the
myself.
center sector.
What'd you
Is the path
expect?
that way? Seems locked, but I bet I could slice.
Hold your horses! We're here for Agnes and Granny!
Yeah, we'll handle him later. Let's keep looking.
They should be in the break room on this floor. Keep your wits about you, everyone.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Be wary of ranged attacks. Let's close it. I'm glad I could be of service.
Man, this place is packed full of pain-in-the-ass tech. Including battle drones.
Yeah, they can even shoot the same kind of plasma mines that Vestige Woman was using.
I wasn't aware we had technology this power. From our Duke. I can't figure it out, no matter how I look at it.
How dare you! Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
There them!
Make some noise! Down.
I can't take another bite.
Satisfying fight.
I'm impressed, Bearguard.
Be wary of ranged attacks. And action.
Sir, that is another sound.
Be wary of ranged attacks.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Here's support.
Activating skill.
Here's some extra. At your service.
My chance!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Here to activate skill. The boost gauge limit has been raised.
I need some help, Bearguard.
Blew the roof off the boost gauge limit!
picture any different, Master.
Be wary of got this in the bag. Keep it going. Activate. The boost gauge has been raised. There! I'm not a star for nothing.
I'm in your debt, Judith.
Now's your chance to take more shots. I need some help, Quick.
Blew the roof off the boost gauge limit!
Please, Judith?
Activate! The boost gauge limit has been raised.
Slipped up.
I'm not a star for nothing.
There!
Stole my thunder, Judith.
Be wary of rampant makeovers.
Take yourself.
They flinched!
Make your move! Activate! The boost gauge limit has been raised.
Well, there's a fine chance.
I'm not a star for nothing.
Way to steal the spotlight, Judith.
There's gotta be a rest area or something.
Yes, and Judith's Vega are here.
But considering the kind of security we're running into here,
We can be pretty sure of who's waiting for us ahead.
We can't afford to waste time. Let's press on.
Let's confirm your schedule.
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take good care of it. I'll take good care of it.
What? You expecting thanks? What? You expecting thanks?
Thank you very much. I will cherish this.
I feel a little guilty. I'll be sure to take good care of it. I feel a little guilty.
Thanks! Thanks!
My thanks. Much obliged.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, if you insist.
I'll take good care of it. I'll take good care of it. What are you seeing?
This means a lot to me.
Thank you very much. I'll keep it safe.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks.
Sorry to push out. Didn't you know yet?
Thanks for lunch.
My breath.
You're so thoughtful, Rufus. Great. I love it. Great. I love it.
Thanks.
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
I'll treasure it. Thank you very much.
I'll be sure to take good care of it.
Thanks.
For me?
You're too kind.
My thanks. Oh, that's awful kind of you. Sorry to push out.
Thanks for lunch.
Shock one up. Shock one up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey there. Been a bit, huh? Well, a few hours anyway.
Great. It figures you're next.
Looks like we're not the only ones playing workhorse.
Tell me about it. This whole ordeal's driving us both into and under the ground.
And that grimy-hearted general manager's to blame for the lot of it. Maybe you and me should go give him a piece of our minds, huh, Rosette?
Mirabelle. I'm counting 8. No, 10 plus, maybe?
She's a stealth shard user. Not to mention, a top-class Marduk concierge.
Being Rosette's senior in supportive services, her prowess as a tactical operator is surely exceptional.
I'm all for giving Thorndyke a piece of my mind too, but how's about we sort out where each of us stands right now? Our gang's here to break Agnes and Dominique out of custody.
And you're the watchdog they posted to keep us away. That sound about right?
Well, doesn't leave much room for me to lighten the mood when you cut to the chase like that. Still, you hit the mark. This is all on the President's orders. Keep the both of them shut away here till Project Leviton's squared away. That's what he said. Though in Dominique's case, it was more of a while we're at it sort of deal.
Which means Agnes really does have some connection to the space program's true objective.
Are the Genesees a part of that? Or does this concern Agnes herself?
Can't imagine it doesn't, given how those things only seem to react to her. But no one's told me one way or another. And my money says both Qasim over in the Central Sector and Mr. Thorndyke, who ain't even here, don't know much more themselves.
In a way, it may well be a good thing the General Manager is absent.
My brother, though. He really is behind those doors, then.
Bingo. Along with Mr. President's spectacled sidekick. There are some other temp staffers in the mix too, but nobody y'all need on your radar.
Would you look at that?
Those annoying-ass battle drones. Don't tell me. They're customized for your use, huh?
Mm-hmm. These little fellas are synced to my spiritual signature and tailored for improved responsiveness. That makes them compatible with not just SCLMs and ZOCs, but blitzes too. It's 10 versus 11. And don't think having a pack of powerhouses on your side will make getting past me any easier.
I expect we're in for a demonstration on the pinnacle of shard combat.
We've got Theo and Zeros with us too, though. So you'd better make that 12 versus 11.
Shifting to battle-ready mode.
Before we jump into this, let me ask one thing. Marduk's newest techs made getting here a real handful and a half. The recent Shard and AR updates, the constant tactical advancements, one after another. Sure, we've been putting them to use ourselves, but ain't these breakthroughs coming too fast to be true?
Oh,
he has a point.
The Tech Union has raised that same concern.
To be fair, orbital developments as a whole have always been zooming along at speeds that fly in the face of all reason. In just under 60 years, we've reached the point of computer networking and sending people into space.
That may simply be man's potential at play. One might even call it karma, the results of our actions. Aside from that, there's also a theory that the mere existence of artifacts is what inspired people to invent this technology.
I see. Even if you don't comprehend its underlying principles, just witnessing a phenomenon would be enough to sow the seed.
It is humanity's nature to strive for replication within the framework of feasible technology. That's something Gran once said to me.
I think I get it. Even if it doesn't really agree with the Krugus views.
But those explanations don't cut it in this case, do they?
Nope. Truth be told, the stuff I'm talking about is on the same level of impossible as those vestiges. Just like...
Like my very being, you mean? Compared to the simulacra created during the Retributive Tower incident, my body lies on another dimension entirely. Modern engineering is not yet capable of grafting machinery to a human reduced to nothing more than their brain and central nervous system. And yet, I alone am a living example of exactly that. Does this not mean that Marduk's myriad technological feats bear some relation to me?
Reset.
That's...
Before I answer that question, something went down over in Anchorville this morning, didn't it? I haven't gotten the lowdown yet, so tell me, just what in the world did y'all see out there?
For a split second, we found ourselves lost in a ruined version of City Hall. It was as though several decades had passed all at once. Not in AR or VR, but reality itself. What's more, the sight filled me with an unbearable sense of nostalgia.
Reset.
Nostalgia?
Now I understand.
This here is classified intel, but I guess its subject herself has a right to hear it. There's no question, Reset, that where you came from is something not even Marduk has made heads or tails of. 7 some odd years ago, our risk management AI pointed us toward the frontiers of central northern Zemuria. Left behind in a field there was a life support pod built with technology both unidentified and unimaginable by modern standards. And connected to that partially wrecked pod was you, Reset, around the age of 14 or so. The device got hauled back to HQ in Orid, and repaired enough to stay online somehow. And despite you being near 90% disembodied, we managed to link you to our systems, wake you up, and start rehabilitation. And, well, you know how it goes from there. Though there is one bit I neglected to mention. That life support pod you were in, it had a factory mark engraved on it. A mark that listed out the time and place it was made. And you know what it said? S1259, Anchorville.
1259?
If it's 12:09 right now, then... Wait!
That's a whole 50 years ahead.
Reset, what does this mean?
In other words, that life support pod was a giant hunk of future technology.
As well as the fountainhead of Marduk's technological innovations.
Yes, all the dots are lining up.
Thank you, Mirabelle. While the memories yet escape me, I now have crystal clarity on a great many things.
I didn't do anything worthy of thanks. Now, back to business. This girl's got a job to do. I'll be pulling out every dirty trick in the trade, so don't say I didn't warn ya.
Ha! Just try it.
Be wary of how those machines form up and work together.
Commencing risk management by nobody's judgment but my own.
No need to hold back, Reset. Show me what you're really made of.
Of course, Mirabelle. Anything for my best friend.
Boost gauge upgraded.
You got some nerve busting up my cute little drones. Our apologies. But we'll break every last one of them if it comes down to it.
You'll pay for that. Here goes.
Initiating drive. That's all to learn ya. Calamity March.
Here to help.
Initiating drive. We can win this.
Engaging skill.
Bear gun.
There.
What high-speed concurrent parallel processing? And with such accuracy.
Realized how tough it'd be to cross Marduk's top tactical operator.
Don't you know it? You're facing down the legendary Super Service Concierge, Mirabelle Alton.
Here goes. It's done.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked. I can still keep going.
Mirabelle, it's clear that you're struggling.
Let us finish this with haste.
Sucker!
You won't best.
That's what I'm here.
My move now. Got the number.
You won't be.
Have some more.
Here's the one. Easy time.
Shucks.
One can always stand to improve.
Nice. Moving on up.
Oh, phooey. Ain't that just the way it goes? Mirabelle! You really are too soft for your own good. It's enough to worry me silly. Oh, well, not like I didn't know doing all this would leave me spent and barely slow y'all down. Agnes and Dominique are all the way in the back. Best get a move on and put 'em at ease.
Yeah, will do.
I'll go on ahead. And yes! Here comes my chance to lord it over Grammy for once.
You know, you can just admit you're relieved.
Don't lag behind, you guys!
I'll be just fine. Besides, we still got a lot of talking to do.
Let us postpone that for another time, when we may speak more at leisure. Both about what's happened so far, and what lies ahead. Right now, however, the only thing I want to do is thank you.
There you go again.
Ben, we have a bit of an unexpected problem.
Huh?
There are no secret passages out, far as I can tell.
I distinctly sensed a presence beforehand, too.
That can't be right.
How in the fresh hell?
Van, we can't find Agnes anywhere.
I can't find Grammy either. Is this really the right place?
What? You pulling our legs?
Hey! You're gonna want to see this!
There's no message attached. But this card is Grammy's, no two ways about it. The only thing is, why is it white?
This was the room. Cross my heart. Agnes and Dominique were in here no more than an hour ago.
I'm in. Here's the surveillance footage from about 30 minutes prior.
That's enough running our mouths then. We've got a little Miss Hostage to pick up.
Yeah, whatever's weighing her down, it's our job to help her shoulder it.
Doubtless there are none other than all of you who could succeed in doing so.
Indeed. Now, the time is 12:15, so we haven't much longer before the launch.
Might need to let that part go, push comes to shove. Making sure we find Agnes comes first and foremost.
Looks like Arkwright and your friends broke their way in without any trouble. The man has a premium team of assistants, Judith aside. They may even get here before the launch. Are you sure you're okay with this?
Yes. It feels awful, leaving just as they arrive. But I've already made up my mind. I'll probably have to brace for a good wallop or two if things end up working out. Better that than a slap, ideally. The shock might be more than I could take.
If that's the worst it gets, just turn the other cheek. Odds are, they'll follow up with a hug.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Though, maybe there'll be a chance.
I couldn't say, but it's a comforting thought. Keep that hope close until a final bow.
Huh? What just happened there? And that white compact?
It's the thing that transforms you into a phantom thief, right? Or, well, a replica of it anyway.
They employed the same vanishing act the Vestiges use. A limited space-time leap, I believe it was.
Then Gran must have given that compact to Dominique, just like she did the other replicas.
Back up a second. Where did Agnes end up after that?
She was weirdly chill that whole conversation. Probably the opposite inside, though.
Yes. I could see a steeled resolve in her eyes. But resolve to do what?
Dear oh dear. So Agnes up and went, did she? A spanner in the works, that Dominique. And after I already told her we won't need the professor's plan. But no matter. After all, there's little they can do without the original Arc Genesis. I'll leave her to keep my daughter protected.
Gramhart.
We know you're there, Mr. President. Now make with the explanation. What's Agnes up to? What's she trying to achieve?
My sincerest commendations for you and your associates' efforts, Mr. Arkwright. Though it won't make up for your wasted effort in coming here, I invite you to meet with me directly if you'd like.
The bulkhead to the central sector is now unsealed. At this stage, we can afford you VIP seating to behold Project Leviathan in its totality.
Be prepared, however, should you decide to come. All the more if you're loath to accept what you learn.
Sakes alive. I just don't get what they're up to. So, what's your next move?
Ain't it obvious? We're making for that central sector.
Come on!
I'm glad Agnes is okay, but that alone won't be enough to satisfy us anymore.
At this point, I refuse to settle for anything less than a comprehensive picture of the space program's agenda.
Yes. As well as whatever it is the professor's group is working toward.
Oh, dang it all, Grammy! Why'd you have to do us like this?
There's no talking us out of this one. Even with that wise guy Four Eyes and the strongest ever on their side.
That part just makes tagging along extra worth it in my book.
Let us return at once and make our final preparations then.
We must be off, Mirabelle. Please, give yourself the rest you need to recover.
I hear ya. But a word of warning, Kincaid and Cossum won't be the only heavy hitters they have in store. Now get out there and give them hell, Arkwright Solutions!
Shock one up.